So I have a problem. Senator Scott Brown does not understand me. The new Republican senator from Massachusetts is using me to raise money for himself by spreading a totally made-up story that the Democratic Party of Massachusetts tried to recruit me to run against him for Senate in 2012. It never happened. Honestly, I'm not running. They never asked me to run. Never, not, didn't. Without even bothering to vet this rumor, Mr. Brown decided to run with it to try to scare people who don't know better, I guess, into giving him money to fight the big, horrible, far-left liberal on the TV machine. After he did the fundraising letter, I categorically and truthfully denied that I was ever approached by anyone to run for anything. I did that on TV. I tried to do a robocall to Massachusetts voters debunking the rumor. No joke, I really was going to do it as a robocall, but it turned out to be against MSNBC rules. After I did that, Scott Brown did an interview where he still said I was running against him. He said, "Bring her on." Quite exasperated at this point, I decided to write a full-page ad in the Boston Globe, an ad that says, "I'm not running against Scott Brown. I never said I was running against Scott Brown. The Massachusetts Democratic Party never asked me to run against Scott Brown. It's just not true. Honestly, I swear, no, really." He still doesn't believe me. Maybe he believes me, but he's still trying to get away with telling people that I am running. Even after this, he's still doing it. In a statement to the Boston Globe, the Boston Herald, and CBS News, Brown's advisor, Eric Fernstrom, said this today. He said, quote, "It was an open secret that the Democrats were trying to recruit Rachel Maddow to run against Scott Brown in 2012. Okay, it was so secret, it was secret both from me and from the Massachusetts Democratic Party. I want Scott Brown to stop telling people I'm running against him. I want him to stop telling people that Democrats have tried to get me to run against him. I want him to stop raising money off these lies that he keeps telling about me and Massachusetts Democrats. I want him to retract this fundraising letter." But A, he won't return my calls, 4 straight days now of calling. And B, I'm getting worried that maybe it's me. Maybe he just doesn't understand when I am doing the speaking about this. Maybe he just doesn't get it. How do I get through to him? How can I more effectively not run against Scott Brown? Joining me now is a special guest, uncampaign strategist, my friend Hal Sparks. Yes. Hal, thank you for helping me.
Oh, my pleasure. This is something I relish.
How can I convince Scott Brown that not only am I not running against him, I never was? What am I doing wrong?
Well, first of all, you're speaking too much. But first, okay, we have to break this down. This is simple. First of all, don't do any major interviews and do a total media blackout. I would advise against even doing your own show for a while. I know that's hard. That might not. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't take out any more full-page ads. That's,
saying I'm not running.
Yeah, that's classic denial. I'm not running, meaning you're actually seeking money right now. That's a fundraising tool right there. And thirdly,
don't send me money.
You live in the state of Massachusetts. What kind of vehicle do you drive?
I have a pickup truck.
Yeah, you can't drive your pickup truck anymore. You are slowly but surely becoming not only the candidate that Scott Brown wants to be. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think you're the woman that Scott Brown wants to be at this point. You have to know. You are like the bizarro Scott Brown at this point, and you are everything he fears. So
I don't think he wants to be me. Maybe I'm just not stating my message clearly. I mean, maybe I am. I just talk too much. That's pathological.
Clarity is a problem with you. You are overtly clear in what you say, and that does not work in campaigns, and it certainly doesn't work with the GOP. You speak in technical terms, mumbo jumbo.
Okay.
Slogany big words. You can't do that anymore. You have to. You have to come up with something shorter, something that can be on a button, something like "No, I won't." The opposite of "Yes, we can."
Okay.
You know, that kind of like buttons that say "No, I won't."
No, I won't.
So every time you go, "You think I'm going to run against Scott Brown in 2012?" "No, I won't." And we just keep, we hammer that out, and then I'll make a "Will I Am" video of it, where I'm just kind of
people to chant it. No, I won't.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Yeah, and I'll do that whole read like that, standing in the background in black and white, and we'll overlay. It'll be beautiful. Trust me, it's an ad we're going to run. And then, of course. There is a language barrier that you have to deal with. You are speaking English, and they're speaking GOP. When you say no to the party of no, that's actually a yes. That's a double negative. You actually create a positive in their head, and then you can't say, well, okay, then yes, I am running, because then you're in kind of Life of Brian. Yes, I am the Messiah, and then you're stuck again. So talking is out. We need symbols and simplicity.
Could I just do like a big...
No, no? Then they'll run again. Rachel Maddow's coming for Scott Brown. She thinks his policies of keeping America the best in the world are loser policies, and then they'll make their hands. They'll animate.
Hell no!
Right, exactly.
Hell no!
Yes.
How do I get him to stop fundraising on my name?
Well, I've come up with a couple of ways. Okay, the first one is divert attention. We need to find another person that he can worry about more than you.
That's a good idea.
Yes, another famous Massachusetts star. I've narrowed my field down to 3 people. Barbara Walters, born in Massachusetts, Dane Cook, and Leonard Nimoy. These are my 3 kind of favorites.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Barbara Walters, too close, female journalist, might be a problem.
Right,
that kind of. Dane Cook is actually running for king right now. I don't know that he knows, because you don't have to run for that. And so I've boiled it down to Leonard Nimoy. And what we're going to do is we're going to leak a memo from the a forged memo from the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, like that. I just created this, and it says, "Dear Mr. Spock, Nimoy, if you'd like to run against Scott Brown, please check this box. Yes." And then we'll put a little check in. It says, "Thanks, your pal, the Democrat Party. P.S. We hate America. FYI." And they'll run with this. This will be on Drudge for weeks before they ever look.
That will free me. Yeah. That will free me from the tyranny of not running for
last, if that doesn't work, I can endorse your campaign, and that will end it right there.
Hal Sparks! I'd do anything that you told me to do.
Well, I think that's wise.
I'll circulate this right away.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hal Sparks is our uncampaign strategist. His Showtime special, Charmageddon, airs this June. Hal, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. That used to be the greatest sneeze ever caught on camera. Used to be. Until 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday. And this happened.
We're back. There's a conservative battle unfolding in reliably conservative Utah. Republican U.S. Senator Bob Bennett is fighting to keep his job despite tough opposition in the state's nominating caucuses that started on Tuesday.
Okay, for a decade, I have lived in fear of sneezing on the air. Ever since my very first gig in radio. I am not lying when I tell you I think about it every single day that I'm on the air. It has never happened. I've never sneezed on the air, but every day I worry about it. What do I do if it happens? But then it happened. It never happens to anybody. And it happened to my friend Chris Matthews, and he handled it perfectly. He just sneezed and sort of smiled and kept going. I could never have done that. And it turns out we have investigated, and it turns out that Chris knew what might be coming. We have exclusive footage here. Chris tried to avoid sneezing by getting that sneeze out of the way in the commercial break before coming back on air.
9, 8, 7. Here we go. In 5. Bless you. 3, 2. This is a hard block.
We're back. There's a conservative battle unfolding in reliably conservative Utah.
First, the floor director, bless you, and then keeps with the countdown. And then he's sneezing. Then once the live show was over, the director of Hardball gets into Chris's ear, starts talking into his earpiece to make a little request.
Yes, sir. I understand. I am ready. You want to unsneeze me?
Unsneeze me. What does that mean? Here's what they did. If you only caught the 7 p.m. re-air of Hardball last night, this is what you saw.
We're back. There's a conservative battle unfolding in reliably conservative Utah. Republican U.S. Senator Bob Bennett's fighting to keep his job despite tough opposition in the state's nominating caucuses that started on Tuesday.
Chris Matthews, total legend. And now a lifelong inspiration to all of us on-air sneeze phobics. There's nothing more to say here except, Chris, God bless you. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again Monday night. Have a great weekend.